quick context about New South Wales Health supply chain. Currently, we provide the source-to-pay management functions across New South Wales Health for health facilities and entities. As part of this Health Share New South Wales, we negotiate statewide contracts, provide purchasing, warehouse and distribution services with a 3PL1 link, and also manage the inventory. Now, we provide a service for over 23,000 users that can place orders at any location within our New South Wales Health facilities. That sits across 20 different local health districts and pillars. Now, we trade with over 40,000 suppliers, and those suppliers deliver to over 10,000 delivery locations in our system. That's just a bit of context. All of this is underpinned by multiple procurement systems that we have in our system architecture. And as of COVID, that highlighted a lot of inefficiencies within our supply chain. And we wanted to look at how can we be more digital and get more interoperability with our suppliers and third-party service providers. So that triggered a review of our system architecture and also highlighted some key processes and projects that we needed to work through. Now, I'll just go through a couple of them. So ideally, we wanted to transform how our supply chain would work throughout the source-to-pay operations, and that in turn would to add value to procurement. We also want to look at how we can improve the efficiencies, improve their experience of providing care and to patients, as well as creating efficiencies throughout the whole supply chain at healthcare facilities. Now, just look at the actual project. So we looked at data flow, and this one is key, and it's imperative to the foundational data that's captured in our systems, and it impacts the efficiencies and trading between suppliers and ultimately how products ended up at locations for clinicians to use. So data flow looked at how we had one single integrated platform, and that integrates into the national product catalog, but also into the national location registry, and how we can create locations and have one unique identification code through our multiple locations within our health facilities. We also look at overall that kind of enables our supply chain traceability. That's to ensure that we can track a product throughout the life cycle and ultimately to a patient. And how that works is we want to include locations, also GTINs, capturing patients, all that to capture an event. And now for this all to occur, that we also contributed to how we can look at smart capture applications, which facilitated this whole process. We're also looking at a sourcing and contracts module, which looks to integrate our whole sourcing, sourcing and contract management, and also category management functionality, and how that gives interoperability with suppliers as well, so they can publish tenders. Finally, we were looking at a reporting analytics platform, which highlighted what GLNs we have, what GTINs we have, products published by suppliers, pricing, all of that in the analytics slide. Now, GLNs, it was key that we identified through this process some of the standards that we had in our system had to be enabled, and we had to keep clear, consistent messaging to suppliers, and also how we manage the locations in our system. So what we've identified recently as part of our GLN use, we're only trading with 17 of our vendors, that's B2B, and even of those 17 vendors, we're not getting full utilization. We're only using GLNs for two real functionalities currently, which is only for ship to, which is a delivery location, but also for bill to for invoicing. So what we decided that we're currently undertaking is we're reviewing our current GLN listing that's managed by HealthShare across the New South Wales facilities. What we've understood is that we've got duplicate GLN locations, there's inactive ones. So we're going through a whole full cleanse, and we're working with all pharmacy as well as food and then all other different supply chain portfolios within health to ensure that we can standardize the locations and have one unique identification code. So suppliers, we can publish to suppliers and other providers where necessary, and that's to create the whole efficiency throughout our supply chain. We've successfully migrated the active GLNs from LocateNet to the National Location Registry, and this is to give suppliers and internal staff the ability to download and review and publish locations as and when necessary. But the beauty of all of this is that now we're coming up with the standards internally, how we create our locations, but also now we're starting to publish to suppliers, how we can get more suppliers coming on board. And part of the future, so I understood, yeah, it's a key driver for interoperability with suppliers. It unlocks a lot of efficiencies. And where we want to head to is we want to start looking at how we can bring in more functionality. So like purchase for GLNs, we've understood throughout our procurement lifecycle that we're missing out on a lot of pricing opportunities that where we're special agreements. And now we want to start using GLNs for suppliers to start publishing pricing. And this is going to unlock a lot of procurement value for us. We're also going to be looking at how we can get advanced shipping notices in place. How can I get multiple delivery locations using the GLNs tied up to a central location for deliveries, consolidating orders, simple process efficiencies that can be captured with smart data capture applications, which expedites the whole process for us. And then we get more interoperability. We can use more EDI trading, and it gives, ultimately, the idea is to give time back to clinicians so we can look at how we have stock management at locations, automated ordering, and start tracing the products, where we have products within our LHDs and our facilities. And this all comes back to how we can report and have visibility of how much stock do I have at any given time at any facility. That's the ultimate goal that we're heading to. That's really everything that I have to talk about today, guys. That's everything that's happening in our space. There's a lot more that's happening, but this is just the beginning.